The old room. The poor house owner, Mr. Smith, was a reclusive man who kept to himself. He had lived in the old house for many years, and had always been fascinated by the symbols etched into the windows. He spent hours staring at them, trying to decipher their meaning. One day, the lock on the secret room in the basement broke, and Mr. Smith realized that he didn't have enough money to pay for the repairs. Desperate for a solution, he came up with the idea of allowing paying guests to stay in his house. The students, John and Jane, were looking for an affordable place to stay for the summer, and found Mr. Smith's listing online. They arrived at the house and were greeted by the strange and eerie behavior of the owner. They couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, but they needed a place to stay. So they decided to stay for a few days. As they settled in, they started to notice that Mr. Smith was always staring at the windows, holding a diary in his hand. They became curious and decided to investigate. They found out that the symbols etched into the windows were actually clues to solving a mysterious puzzle that would unlock the secret room in the basement. John and Jane were thrilled by the discovery and decided to try and solve the puzzle. They spent hours studying the symbols and trying to figure out the code, but Mr. Smith was unwilling to share the secrets of the room with them and became increasingly hostile. As they got closer to solving the puzzle, one night, while the students were working on the puzzle, Mr. Smith broke into their room and demanded that they stop trying to solve the puzzle and leave his house. John and Jane were terrified and feared for their safety. They quickly gathered their things and left the house in the middle of the night. As they drove away, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were leaving something unfinished. They decided to come back and finish what they started, but this time they would be prepared. They returned to the house with a plan to solve the puzzle and unlock the secret room. But this time, they would do it without Mr. Smith's knowledge. They managed to solve the puzzle and unlocked the secret room. Inside, they found an old diary that belonged to Mr. Smith's grandfather, who had been a member of a secret society that believed in the power of symbols and secret knowledge. The diary revealed that the symbols on the windows were part of a code that Mr. Smith's grandfather had created to protect a valuable treasure he had hidden in the secret room. John and Jane were excited to find the treasure, but also felt guilty for invading Mr. Smith's privacy. They decided to leave the treasure where it was and leave the house, never to return. But the memory of the old house and its secrets stayed with them forever.